Asato ma satgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityurma amritam gamaya. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May the Supreme Mother Saraswati, Gayatri, Savitri of the consorts of Brahma, the Radha and the Krishna and the Shiva and the Kali and the Durga and Parvati, the Supreme Brahman, the Supreme Divine Mother, may bless us all today to take up our journey with some learning. Welcome to you all, and it's beautiful to see you all. We're doing a little session today and taking up the journey towards, this creation of God. The theistic religion says God has created the universe. The Vedanta says God has created this universe, but in consultation with you. You might say, well, that's very nice to hear, but I don't remember having tick marked the boxes. I wasn't consultant. I do not recollect that I have created this current life. The sorrows and COVID-19 and joy, who wanted them? I didn't. So the Vedanta says this universe is created by Brahman in consultation with you, who is the Brahman too. The Brahman in conjunction with Maya makes this world. Brahman, let me repeat that, in consultation, in conjunction, with the power of Maya, makes this world. And the Maya has two properties. One is projection, and one is avarana, covering up. So with this power, in consultation with you and me is the Jiva. Actually, you and I, we are the Brahman, Advaita, and the Brahman. In understanding, I'm taking the name, the Ishwara. Ishwara is Brahman with Maya. And we are the Jiva when we trying to understand it. And in that understanding, the Jiva got the understanding that we have got this body and the name and the form. Because of the Maya's avarana. What did the avarana do? Make us forget that we are the Brahman. You remember the story of Alan Watt, the book, very easy to remember the name. Alan Watt created the story, which is basically it was meant for children to understand. Said that the God was all by himself. In other words, Brahman. And God got bored of being all by himself. So God wanted to play. Children like to play. So God, being very powerful, creative, great, created, which is other than God, is not God. So created not God. And he was so good at it that not God is just like God. And now God and not God is very happy playing with each other. God created the not God. Everything was beautiful. Only thing, not God forgot that he is God. And that not God is you and I. So we are playing with that God, the Brahmana, and with the power of projection of the Maya. Projection is this who you and I, we call ourselves Jiva as per Sankhya philosophy, not as per Advaita. Advaita, we are Brahman. So what is it causing the problem? Is this suffering? Why? All the little joy is because we are ignorant. We have forgotten our being who we are. And it is projected as the Jiva. So it is like, like parents, what do we do? As parents, as teachers, we create the children's play time, play area, including the play friends, their partners. And God, Brahman, as per this Advaita, has created exactly through the Maya for us this world, where our play friends, our play partners, our playmates, everything is projected. And how is it with me? Because this creation of this universe for us happened through the karma that you and I did. So we don't remember having consulted, but we have done things. And those things come up. It consulted. So just think, the moment you become enlightened, the moment you attain the Turiya state, does this world suddenly vanish? Poof, gone. Let's say Paramahamsa Ramakrishna, Jesus Christ, Krishna, Ramana Maharshi. For them, this world didn't vanish. World continued to be there. Only thing they're looking at the world was without the avarana, that covering. Remember the snake and the rope? Why did the rope suddenly look like a snake? It was projected by the Maya as snake. Why did the waves forget about that I am the water? Why does the ring or the necklace and the tiara forget that I'm gold? And they said, no, I am the bangle, 24 karat, or I am something like 100-gram necklace. It is because that projection, along with the Maya's effect of avarana, we forget that we are. So in this journey, let me give you an example where what comes in. What is it that makes us suddenly believe it is our karma, where we get the name and the form and the mind. So it is the mind now is creating a problem, is creating. So why do we say that the moment you go beyond the mind? So the mind is not influencing. Man ke paar chale jao. There is a beautiful saying in the Himalayas amongst the monks. The creation of God creates no suffering for us. You say, of course it does. What about all this suffering? And this is why God created the universe as per the theistic religion, as per Vedanta, is not so. It is God created this universe in consultation with you. And you and the God are no different, is one. That, but the moment you bring in your past karma, till you keep purifying yourself to go beyond karma. And the moment you go beyond karma, you realize, getting back to Mandakya, the Jagrat, the Swapna, the Sushupti, I am not any one of them. They are the projection of the Turiya. Turiya is the seed. Turiya is projecting the deep sleep, the dream state, and the awakened state. And the moment the enlightened masters realize that they are in the world, they have that pain, but they say, it's only the pain in the body. The body is not me. The pain is there. And what experiences the pain? Recollect that great workshop was done. It was done in India only. The world of a specialist came down. It was done in Calcutta. There were something like 150 odd specialists across the globe had come down about pain management. And they said, if this is the quantum of the pain, it has got 3 circles. The inner circle of 5 to 6% is the actual pain. The outer circle of that is the anticipation of the pain. It's now going to happen, it's going to happen, it's going to happen. And the bigger circle is the fear that because of that pain, I will not be able to do that, I will not be able to do that, and I'll have this issue and that issue. And this doctor who was giving a presentation, it was on talk therapy. How does the talk help to remove the pain? And he says, I will share with you one of the secrets which most of the drug manufacturers would hate me for that. He said that the medicines which we take as that painkiller, it does only that 5 to 6% of the job of the 100 of the pain. The rest of it, it is the mind. Same thing is with our life today. This portion of the life is that we are experiencing, it is because of the mind. So notice that whatever we are doing at our practices of the yogic process or the Advaita process, it is the control of the mind. And remember the 8 limbs of the yogic process of the Patanjali? Niyama, Ayama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. So one of the foreigner gentlemen, everybody likes to say Americans, foreigner gentleman who was not familiar with this and came to learn meditation. So he was told that, look, you have to start doing like this. And the first was the niyama, the ayamas, controlling. Ayama, niyama, so the 5 limbs. And he said, okay, I have read about them. And when talked about the niyama and talked about pratyahara, he said, yes, I've read about them. So the guru asked him, do you want to learn this controlling of the Patanjali's Yoga Sutra meditation through all the 8 limbs or remove all the limbs? In Hindi, he said, Vikalang Yoga Sikhenge or which one? So we cannot skip those things. We like to just straight away sit down and go in for meditation and say, I'm now going to meditate. We forget to do our exercises. They're very important. We forget to follow the rest of the day those processes which are, we keep talking about, that most important, ahimsa, satya. We are not establishing pratyahara, focusing, non-attachment, non-taking. These processes purify the mind. The moment you start to, Swami Vivekananda says that, and it is written down after Vivekananda, Swami Abhedananda, who took over the New York Center in US, he's written it down that when you follow sacrifice, 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 you have some tremendous strength in the mind. You feel so strong and purified that suddenly the world seems so calm and peaceful because of the state of the mind, which also needs various other those attachments. Remember, sadhana chatushti, viveka vairaga, these are the steps to purify the mind. Shama dama uparati, samadhana, studying of the Veda. Shama, controlling of the mind, making it calm. When it gets excited, bring it down. Dhamma, controlling of the sensual desires, cravings. Uparati, instead of going outwards, coming inwards. We covered this in the last session. Then samadhana, studying every day the scriptures, little bit of Vedanta. Titiksha, not giving up. Problems will come. A baby falls down many times, but he doesn't give up. He stands up, he cries, but stands up and he again toddles along and eventually learns to run. And Shraddha, respect. Respect for what we are learning automatically would come in. And then mumukshattam, mumukshattam, mumukshattam. Continue to think throughout the day. Whatever the little time, keep on coming back. You know, all the zeros of the worldly affairs, all the chores of the family, of the world outside, the professional world, continue to be immersed 100 out of 100. But it is not 100 out of 100 only profession, but you are 100 out of 100, or let's say 10 out of 10 in every one of the field which you're playing, whatever the role you're playing. There is a beautiful metaphor. Let's say a girl gets married. So she is wife to someone. She is also sister-in-law to someone. She is also mother to someone. She is also daughter-in-law to someone. She is also friend of someone. She is also sister of someone. She is also professional of someone when she is working outside. Colleagues. She is also not known to someone who it doesn't matter. There are some people who doesn't know her. But she's playing 10 out of 10 role in every one of them. And that, when that role plays perfectly 10 out of 10, then brings the balance and the peace of mind. And you're very good in playing this role. I'll give you one more example. Let us imagine, this was given by another Western writer. Imagine a gentleman, somebody comes to him and his son is living far off land. It was little before time, not right now. Right now, instantly you send an email or a WhatsApp or SMS. Those days, I remember my days, I think it was, 1990s. For me to call somebody in the United States, 1990, 1991, we didn't have those facilities. And the telephone at home, if you did the order from the booking or call, and then the telephone call will come. You remember this, some of you would be remembering. It is to take 2 hours, 3 hours before we got a call. Sometimes lucky to get it in 5, 10, 15 minutes. Sometimes we couldn't get it at home. So we had to go to the telephone, post office, and there is to be a phone outside. And when you pick up the receiver, operator will come on and you say, I'm so and so, book a call on my name. This is my name and number so that I could be charged. When I used to write a letter those days to my sister in US, it used to take sometimes as much as 30 days to 45 days to reach it. It is to go by ship. Today, press of a button. So during those days, imagine, whose son, gentleman's son, is living abroad, far off. And a liar, funny guy, wants to create trouble, comes and tells this gentleman, I heard a very bad news. I don't know how to tell you. Just see, naturally this gentleman is worried. He said, what is the news? And this liar, he goes round and round and eventually says, I have to tell you, I've come to tell you the bad news, your son is dead. Just see, instantly, this gentleman whose son was living far off, life is gone for so much of pain and suffering, the mind. Actually, the son is not dead. But just because of the news, suddenly it created so much of pain. And now imagine another situation where same situation, similar time, son is living far off land, is actually dead, but he has not got the news. See, now this gentleman is happy, he's having fun, playing around, but he doesn't know that his son is dead. So now what knows, what doesn't know? It is the mind. And this is that Vikshepa, Avarana. Vikshepa is projection of the Maya. Avarana is the covering up, which creates this world. And this is what is in consultation, which we call Jiva, as per Sankhya philosophy, and Ishwara. In the Advaita, what is it? Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti. Awakened state, dream state, deep sleep state. And those three states, we have gone through them, are not real. The reality is only on the Turiya, the fourth. Turiya, remember the fourth, is telling, is projecting, is the seed to go to the deep sleep and create the deep sleep state. And in the deep sleep state, from there creating the dream state. And from the dream state is the awakened state. In the yogic process, this question comes, and I've been hearing this question, that means when we reach Turiya state, that means we are in Samadhi. Understand, when you reach that state, meaning you realize your awareness, you realize who you are, is that your awareness, your consciousness, soul, Atman, spirit, any name. You realize you are that. It is not a state like an awakened state or a dream state or a deep sleep state. Turiya is called the fourth because it's named the fourth. It is because through Maya, we are counting Jagrat 1, Swapna 2, Sushupti 3, and the Turiya is the fourth state. We call it the fourth, but actually it is the only state. And it is that Turiya is actually creating this because of the Maya, this other three states, but they are not rare. And being in the Turiya, you are realizing that this is all. So, Krishna, Jesus Christ, Ramana Maharshi, Paramahamsa Ramakrishna, they realize it is so. I am the water, I'm not the waves. This is, there is throat cancer of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. Hari Maharaj, Turiya Maharaj comes and says, his name was also Turiya Maharaj. Another name was Hari Maharaj. You may have noticed most of the Ramakrishna mission, the monks, they have two names. One is everyday use and one is the official. So Hari Maharaj comes and says, Thakur, how are you feeling this morning? And Paramahamsa Ramakrishna says, my throat is paining, I don't feel like eating, I can't eat anything. And Turiya Maharaj, it appears as if a very callous, bad statement. He says, but you look to be, you're in bliss. Instead of getting mad at Hari Maharaj, Paramahamsa Ramakrishna laughed out loud and he said, rascal has caught me. In Bengali, he said, Shala dhore peleche, has caught me. He is in bliss. Body is not him. His mind is not him. His name is not him. He is the Turiya. Now, Turiya is not a state. Turiya is being, aware, I am. Now understand this and you'll be able to get it very beautifully well with this clarity. Those of you got this feeling, that means I am in Samadhi state. Now, the Samadhi is a yogic process. It is not an Advaita process. In the yogic process, let's say, take a person arbitrarily who is in Samadhi right through the day, 24 hours a day, continuously. Remember, page 131 to 141, Autobiography of Yogi. Yes, Paramahamsa Yogananda traveled and met. And he used to be 18 to 20 hours of meditation. Something like that, continuously in meditation. And so he is in meditation, he's in, as per this, is in Turiya state, is in Samadhi state, is in Samadhi state. But there has to be some time when you have to wake up. Let's say the whole life he is not, but you will be awakened unto the next birth. Or the moment you wake up, this world is back again. If you are in the Samadhi, when you get up out of the Samadhi, you're into the world outside again. Now, how come Ramana Maharshi, Ramakrishna, Jesus and Krishna, they don't get back into the trouble and in bliss? They're always in bliss. So what is that understanding as per Advaita? It is not Samadhi. It is knowing. I know it. And now, a fine discrimination. When you know, you might go into the Samadhi very effortlessly and easily. So you are in Samadhi, you are a knower. When you're out of the Samadhi, you are still a knower. You still know. So you are knowing in Jagrat, in Sapna, in Sushupti, and in Turiya state. You are a knower. You know it now. That's the Turiya state, the awakened state. I'm aware. Shankaracharya. I am not my mind. I'm not my name. I'm not my ego. I'm not my memory. Chidananda Rupoham Shivoham Shivoham. I am the Shiva. I am the Ananda Rupa. And that state is the journey that you and I, we have all taken up. In this journey, recollect. The process is a beautiful journey. Yes, we have to do something. Without doing anything, nothing is going to happen. We have to, the process, we have to have the titiksha. We have to have the frames of mind of the viveka. unknowingness. This is not right. I cannot do it. Automatically, the Viveka will bring Vairag. You won't feel like. Everything will come in front of you. The moment you go take this journey, it is like that baby who is eating a little Cadbury gem, and you pass by, and some of us play a little kind of pulling the leg of the baby, and we say, "Can I take one?" And the moment you take a move like that, she will immediately hold it. She'll say, "No." But supposing you don't do that and you put your hand on the head of the baby and say, "Eating Cadbury is very nice." She will say, "Take one." God does just like that. When you are detached, Vairag, all the things will come to you. And just think, suppose you say, "No, baby champion, thank you. You go ahead and have it." The baby is going to get up from there and run after you. "No, you have to take one. You have to take one. You have to take one." Play the role like a good actor in all the three and the fourth state. Jagrat state, whatever role you're playing, like an actor. The actor may be playing three different roles in the same picture. Many pictures go like that, right? And even if the worst scenario is happening, you will give them Oscar. And you're not going to blame for the suffering or the tsunami or the tornadoes which come in. So where is the essence of the awareness? So we have done some meditative process. Let's just run through a little bit of the Mandakya Upanishads. Remember, 8 to 12 mantras on Omkar, and 3rd to 7 is on self. First and second are the generalized, explaining the whole 12 mantras only. But 225 pages as Karika written by Shankaracharya on those 12 mantras. So these are all little collections and reading from here and there. Sharada, can you get me that Mandakya? I'll share with you one book. I requested Sharada ma'am to bring it over. And I'll share a few, run through our quick. So God created enlightenment, does not make this world vanish, experiencing the Turiya. So, this is the Mandakya Upanishad book I'm talking about. It is written by Swami Nikhilananda. I would recommend pick up, those of you ardent travelers. Yes, you have to read a few pages. Yes, it's nice, no? Read. It has got the Karika, it has got the explanations, got the whole mantra, and a beautiful reading. Swami Nikhilananda. And it has been published many times. Nikhilananda is long time back, more than 100 years back, close to 100 years. Now, this world which is projected to us, we generally have three reactions to that. Just like the gem and the baby, giving offering you, either you're grabbing for it. So you say Priya. In Sanskrit, I love it, I have to have it, I need it. Desire comes in. Second is Apriya. I don't like it, I don't want it. I don't like these people, I want them to go away from me. And Priya, I love it, I have to have it, I need this person. Apriya, I don't want to see that person's face. And then is Upeksha. It means it doesn't matter. I have no interest in it. These are three reactions which go on with us. So we went through these Dirgha Pranava Charana, the practices last time. It's very powerful. It calms down your mind, particularly. Even if you don't do it loudly, do it silently. It's very nice. Uh, Living in a family, unless you do it at a time which is when everybody is sleeping, early in the morning, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, maybe you will feel conscious, maybe other people get disturbed. So you plan it accordingly. If you have one room where you can shut the door behind you, ideal. Otherwise, you have a partner or the friend who equally involved with you. You are divinely blessed that the God and the Mother has given you such a partner. Either way, take on these as you start off, leave, switch off. We used to say in the flying, when you put your first step in the aircraft ladder, switch off, like a switch off light as you leave a room. Switch off your mind from everything else except this aircraft. So as you go down, financial problem, relationship problem, friendship problem, property problem, COVID-19 problem, little pain problem, little leg pain, knee pain, back pain problem, I can't sit down problem, don't let them weaken you. This is the mind is playing game. You will say, do you mind? I'm the one who's suffering. I can't sit down. And if I sit down, I can't get up. We have had many such devotees, and many of you are there sitting right now and used to have that problem 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. And within such short time, you've gone out of it because I said, come on. So your body and the mind can do anything which the consciousness makes it happen. Leave all those problems as you start out and pack them up, bundle them up, put it into a suitcase, throw it out as you come, sit down there, switch off. Just going into a simple, we're getting into the Turiya state through the Omkar, in which we will do a practice today. So merge the mind and the sound of the Omkar. This was one process which we did, 10th chanting 3 times, and then went for a meditation. Now, as you get on to this closer and closer, you will start to feel that you are that peace, aware. You're becoming known. For example, let's say I have a rose in my hand. I see the rose. Imagine this is the rose. And now, be with me, okay? I ask you, you've seen the rose? Red color, beautiful rose. It's got a fragrance. Now, close your eyes. See the rose with your eyes closed. Now, what is seeing now? Earlier, who was the drashta and what was the drishya? The eye was the drashta, the rose was the drishya. Now, when you closed your eyes and you're seeing the rose, your mind is the drashta now. Eye is closed. And which is perceiving that the mind is receiving. Remember, it is the consciousness which is illuminating the mind to see that rose. You are peace itself, then you are Shantam. You are Advaitam, Anantam. Not bound to suffer, the life is limitless Ananda. And as you start to do this, you will. It doesn't mean you will be enlightened straight away. We may take 2 years or 30 years, depends on our past karma, practices right now. And most important, The great masters say, Paramahansa Ramakrishna says, in Bengali, he used to say, Vakulata. Vakulata hole hobe. Meaning eagerness, urge, I want it. Thinking all the time. It will come. So, experiencing through the mind the thought. And now we get into the Turiya state through the practices of the Omkar, in which towards the end, this thing that I am Robin Ghosh, when you go on to the Turiya state, you will start to realize I am the consciousness which knows that I am this body with the father, the mother, the friend, or the teacher, or an IT professional, or a businessman, or an officer, with the name of the Robin Bush. It's a mind, it's a wave, it's a name which gives you the projection and gives you, this is where the Brahman creates through you your future. And the Advaitavadis say this whole universe, this is my present, my Jiva. What about the whole world? What about the universe around me? What about in India or Switzerland or America? So if you recollect in Katrina, that time, there was a very bad hurricane came and uprooted the New Orleans, and lakhs of people died. So there this time, a beautiful projection was given. It is the combined people living in New Orleans at that time, their combined karma created that. And a lot of operations were happening to the people of the Afro-Asians being dominated, and they were locked up into a stadium and things like that. You all must have read about it. That's what brought the Katrina and created so much of havoc. So the sufferings and all, or the joy and all, come in because of our good karma and bad karma. Nothing is going to get wasted and lost. But the power is that if you do this process, after all, we didn't know what karma we have done in the back. So we can just sit still and say, my karma, so I don't have to do anything. I will just pay. Sure, that's the way it is. Most of the people take it up who take on the drugs and drinking and smoking and going into oblivion and sleeping tablets. They're just wanting to shut off the world. World doesn't get shut up. They have to open their eye. You may be in samadhi. During samadhi, you manage to get into samadhi. Very good. The moment you open your eyes, world will be thrown back at you. But in the Advaita, this is the power of the Advaita. With the power of the Kriya and the practices what Paramahansa Yogananda has given, with what Vivekananda Paramahansa Ramakrishna has given, when you join them, combine them together, actually we are not combining. It is one alone. We're just realizing it together as one journey. You know it now, and you go to that through the process. So sit down comfortably, put your back straight, and let us sit. How do I get back to this thing? Sit comfortably. Take a deep breath. Breathe out. Leave all the problems, the samsara. शांत मन में भला संसार किसने देखा है? Himalayan words of the monk. Calm down the mind. With the eyes closed, as we start the Omkar, remember once again, A-U-M is the O in English. In Sanskrit, A, U, and M. A is the Jagrat, O is the dream state, and is the deep sleep state. And then we go on to the silence. In the silence is the Turiya. And once again, we chant. As we are chanting, as we do the chanting of the Omkar, go from the waking state to the dream state to the deep sleep state. Just imagine, just create it virtually through the mind, like the way you created the rose in your mind. Create that waking state, create the dream state, create the deep sleep state. I know Vedanta would tend to put you to sleep. That happens. Whenever the mind is calm, you tend to go off to sleep. But as you focus, as your titiksha comes in, it will not. Calm down and let's start. As we take up the Omkar, we will do 3 times. Then we'll sit in silence in the Turiya state. In the Jagrat, like right now, we are in the Jagrat state. Imagine that Jagrat as you come to the Remember, and U, Jagrat and dream makes it O in Sanskrit. Sandhi. And is the experiencing. It is not blankness of experience, but it is experiencing the blankness, being aware of the blankness in the deep sleep state. And then silence. Take a deep breath. Follow the breath. Breathe out. Take a deep breath. Starting. You may chant with me, depending on your situation. In perchance, if you can't, do it silently. Om. Again. Again. As we are chanting in the Jagrat state, the world is thrown at us as per our karma. We face the world like the tigers and lions, metaphorically speaking, not like the weak link of a sheep or a fox or a jackal, being cunning, being truthful, being pure, ahimsa, satya. Aparikrama. As we go into the dream state, without going into the sleep, visualize the dream state. Go into the deep sleep, experience the blankness. Into the silence, Turiya state, experience the extreme of calmness, extreme of the happiness. I am not experiencing the happiness. I am the happiness itself. I am the Ananda itself. I am the Advaita. I am not a portion, a part of God. The Supreme God and me, we are one. Again, the world is being thrown of joy and happiness, of sickness and suffering, of money and relationship, to the body, to the name. I am not the body, I'm not the name. In the dream state, it is only a dream as it is in the real world. In the deep sleep state, the complete blankness. Again. Om. Again. Om. Om. This Robin Ghosh is a name to a body. I'm aware of the name. I'm aware of the body. I play the role of an actor, an act. %, the role with purity of intention, purity of thought, with purity of dedication. All the roles which are coming my way, I discharge not as my duty, but looking at everything.
It's 12 o'clock.
As the Brahman itself. I'm not a part of the river Ganga. I am the Ganga. I'm not part of God. The God is in me and I am in God. The same consciousness is Ishwara. With Maya is God. I understand. I know. The consciousness lights up the vritti, the thought, I concentrate on the light. I ignore the thought. Take deep breath, getting back to the Jagrut state with all senses, mind and the body, ready to play the roles 100%, with the calmness, with the purity, with the truth, not seeing anyone's fault, looking only at what I need to purify within myself, not accepting any defeat with an adamantine mind and the willpower of the consciousness influencing the mind to face all obstacles, knowing this too shall pass, whether it is an issue of suffering or of joy. I am detached from sorrow, from joy. I face the enjoyment, I face the suffering with the calmness of mind and evenness of an attitude. When you're ready, slowly open your eyes and you may ask any questions if you like. One. Any question?
Jai Guru, sir.
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Sir, I had a question, sir. You mentioned that Nirvikalpa Samadhi and Savikalpa Samadhi are yogic processes, sir. Sir, and here in Advaita, it's only Turiya. So beyond Turiya, is it, I mean, the way we have Nirvikalpa and Savikalpa Samadhi, is there anything beyond Turiya, sir, in Advaita, sir?
It is a good doubt. See, when you're talking about, you have to be, now all of you are quite senior in the process of the Advaita. You have to be very careful, Harsha. When you're saying beyond, it means it is a place or it is time. Beyond 12 o'clock or before 12 o'clock. Beyond Pune city or isn't it? So beyond is demarcations. Turiya is infinite. Advaitam, Anantam, Sarvavyapi. So there is no beyond. Whichever the place you go to, it is Turiya. So what was your question again? Reframe it. Talking about Samadhi state to Turiya, and then how did you frame the question again? Reframe it now with this knowledge.
From what I understand, sir, it's only Turiya, sir.
Yes. So what was the question? Earlier question? Reframe that question with this understanding now.
As we have in the yogic process, we have Nirvikalpa and Savikalpa Samadhi. If we have to compare this with Advaita, it's only Turiya. So that is
it
the
is
ultimate.
In Advaita process, it is being. In the Samadhi process, through the Ashtalane, Ayama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. You're going to samadhi. Yes, you're attaining a place. And then you have nirvikalpa, savikalpa, in which either you're with the world or you're totally merged with the world, is the very outline. Another way to look at it is, these are all, if you reflect on it carefully, it's basically, it's an intellectual question. It is not realization question. Realization is the process of becoming, being. It's like if I am a human being, for me to become a donkey, I have to make a lot of effort because I am a human being. I have to put on ears, I have to put a tail at the back, I have to go on to four legs, I have to lift up my head and say hee haw, and then my friends will laugh and say behaving like a dog. But have you ever thought about it, everyone, that we are the Turiya? Why do you have to go to Turiya? We are Turiya. Only thing, we have forgotten about the Turiya because of the Avarana and Vikshepa, projection and covering of the Maya. Brahman with Maya becomes Jiva, Ishwara, God. Definition of God is Brahman with Maya. And Jiva is when we forget about that and we come in with our karma. And this is how we plan in Advaita our life with Ishwara because of our karma. Our process is today the journey to go beyond that karma. How? By good karma, erasing the bad karma through this process that we are practicing, for which calming down of the mind is the meditative process. They are all yogic process. In the Vedanta, Advaita Vedanta also has meditation like what we practiced today and the earlier 2 days. They are meditative process. So in Advaita Vedanta, if you recollect, Shankaracharya has come in with Panchadashi, talked about, and in Aparokshanabhuti, 15 process, as again, 8 process of Patanjali towards meditation. But eventually becoming aware, knowing. So it is not journey of a place to place or a time to time. It is being. It's like, I know I am a human being. I know, like I often ask our students, do you know that you're a girl? Do you know that you're a boy? And they say yes. I said, do you have to do something like in this question that you're talking about, Samadhi? Do you have to do something to become a boy? You are a boy. You are Turiya. So this is knowingness. That knowingness establishing is the process of our journey. Does it answer your question? Any other?
Thank you so
much. Okay. Any other question?
Namaste,
Hello.
Gurudev.
Namaste, Jai Guru.
Myself is Sanjay. I want to ask, after experiencing the Turiya state, is the person become enlightened?
I'm sorry.
After experiencing the Turiya state,
yes,
then the person become enlightened after that?
Yes. So what is the question?
After if after experiencing the Turiya state, if
yes.
I experience the Turiya state, then I will become a enlightened person after that?
You see, use the word, it's something very unknowingly or knowingly. Sanjay, you asked a very, very powerful question, which I was talking to one of our beloved devotee, Vijay Sahab, the other day. Experience cannot come without knowledge. Now, this is a very confusing statement. and a trick question. Experience cannot happen without knowledge. What does this mean? Supposing I say I want to experience Switzerland. So we say, let's go to Switzerland. And we go to Switzerland and we go there and see the places around, and I come back and say, I have been to Switzerland. Now I know Switzerland. I've experienced Switzerland. Advaita says that is wrong. That's a yogic process. Why is it wrong? Before going to Switzerland, I didn't have experience as per yogic way. Before going to Samadhi state, I didn't have Samadhi experience. So I'm going to Samadhi as per yogic. As per Advaita, you know about Switzerland, you've studied it, you've gone to the website, you've done a lot of map study, which are the places you have to go, which are the flights you will take, which journey will you take from which place to which. These were all knowledge. Yes. Unless you had the knowledge, you could not have gone to gain that experience. So here, answer to your question is, our awareness of Turiya is Turiya, that we are Turiya. All we have to do, take away, Paramahansa Ramakrishna is to give a beautiful example. You all can see me. He used to have a gamcha, in Bengali gamcha, which he used to always keep it on his shoulder. He will say, look at me. He'll say, he'll pick up the shawl or the gamcha in front of his face and he said, you can't see me now. Yes. And he used to remove it and he said, now you can see me. I am the Turiya. I have not gone anywhere. I'm experiencing just because by removing that obscurity. So when you experience Turiya, is you realize who you are. And now when you do that, automatically, like supposing Sanjay, you know that you're a man. Correct? Am I correct?
Yes.
So once you know you're a man, how can you change your state? So I'm not a man anymore, or I'm a baby now, or I'm a girl now. You can't be, you are a man. So in the Turiya and Advaita journey, you just realize in this, who am I? And once you realize it, you cannot. So in the ocean and the wave examples, which we keep talking about, yes. Once I realize that the statement, the ocean, the waves, the bubbles, and the froth are made of water, most people say that is wrong. Ocean, bubble, froth, waves are not made of water. That means what? Water is an object, wave, ocean is another object. So I can have in this glass water. I can take the water away and I can take the glass away. Water can go somewhere else. Glass will remain, water will remain. This is, water is in the glass. But if I take the water away from the ocean or the wave or the bubble or the froth, the ocean doesn't stay. It vanishes. Waves will vanish. Same way, the moment we realize I'm water, I can now play as the wave, as the ocean, as the bubble, knowing all the time I am water. Knowing all the time I'm a man. I'm the father of the house. I'm the husband. I'm the son. I'm the professional. Knowing all the time I am Turiya. Chidananda Rupoham Shivoham Shivoham. I'm playing the role of whatever, knowing all the time that one, otherwise everything is zero and they have no value. They're only zeros. You add them up, they're still zero. But put one in front, become billion, million, trillion. That one is Turiya. That one is, in Sankhya, is Ishwara. That is Brahman, Turiya with Maya. Okay?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru.
Any other question?
Hi, this is Swapndeep Totun. I wanted to ask you that since we keep on, when we meditate and we try to
Slightly slowly and louder, please. Doctor. Yeah.
What I wanted to mean is that when we meditate and we calm our mind and we slowly, through the conscious breathing process and the processes that you have shown us, we slowly try to evolve over the mind. Uh, we The question that keeps on hitting me is that when we, as you say, that you don't need to tell anybody that you are a boy. Now, how do I know that I am a boy? I had been taught that I am a boy when from a kid, from when I was born, I was said that I was a boy, and therefore it got ingrained in me, and I saw other people similar of my belongings being a boy, and therefore it ingrained, and that's the knowledge that I developed. Now, in case of Turiya, when I'm getting a bit deeper over here, when I get this knowledge of Turiya, uh, what it is the practice only, it and only the practice that will help me to understand the state, and it my understanding will be no similar with anybody else. Is that correct, or there is a generalistic view on this?
See, this has got hidden two questions. The one is the duality and non-duality,
Yeah,
and Advaita. So from
correct.
childhood onwards, you're being told you're this body, and we are all that we are dual. And the moment the name
Correct.
and a form and a body is given as recognition, we become second part of the doubt is the second part of the issue is the we get limited. The moment I am a name and a form and a body, I am limited to this chair. Cannot be in your place. But if the moment I realize I am the consciousness, I and you are not different anymore because your consciousness and my consciousness, we are one. Body and the name and the mind is there, is left behind. It is not attached. It cannot tarnish the consciousness. So this awareness towards the journey as you keep on practicing and keep on getting the knowledge, the awareness. Knowledge will give you the experience of the Turiya. This is why I brought out that example of Switzerland or Bahama or
Okay.
going to Kedarnath, Badrinath. I have to have first the
Okay.
knowledge. First you have the knowledge and then you have the journey. The journey is the practice, it's the Abhyasa Yoga, is the sadhana. And in that sadhana,
Okay.
first and most important are those lingas, which are the use of the yogic process of Patanjali. Ayama, that
The
is
15.
ahimsa, satya, and like that you have to take on 10 ayama, niyama, then pratyahara, dharana. We have to practice them through that in the 15 limbs of Shankaracharya, which we had covered in an Aparakruhi. And if you
Correct.
go through those, you'll get it. So basically, that takes the process of purifications of the mind. Then it focusing on the concentration and all the time being aware. Whatever I'm doing, I'm not the doer. It the consciousness alone is doing through
It's
this
the
name and
doer.
the form and the body to the consciousness. I cannot fight with my husband or wife anymore because he is also the consciousness, is the supreme. In Sankhya philosophy, it's the mother, it's the God, it's Swaguna Brahman. In the Advaita, it's the Brahman itself. It's the same water, Ganga, at Gangotri Gomukhi, at Bay of Bengal, or at Belur Math Ghat. When I go down or Banarasi and take a dip, I'm taking a dip in the river Ganga. It's the same river Ganga from Gangotri to Bay of Bengal. It's the same consciousness, entire universe is permeating with it. So it's the journey, but not from a place to place, not from a time to time. It is a
Correct.
journey of not knowing to knowing.
Okay.
Not bad. I think it was a very good answer. Yeah, does it? Okay, peaceful?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Thank you.
Any other doubts? Let's close it. Jagrat, Sapna, Shrishti, Turiya. I am the Akasha. I am the Prithvi. I am the Vayu. I am the Jalaspataya. I am the God. I am the Agnya. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. I am the Uttaradisha. I am the Dakshinaya. I am the Purvaya. I am the Paschimaya. I am the Akasha. I am the Prithvi. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. We pray to the Supreme Brahman in Saguna Brahman, to our Divine Mother, to all Babaji, Krishna, Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, Paramahansa Yogananda, Yakteshwar, Giri Lahiri Mahasa, Sri Sri Swami Vivekananda, Holy Mother, Sharada, Paramahansa Ramakrishna. We pray to the Supreme Brahman to bless us all, guide us, protect this Jiva in our journey to become who we actually are, to remove the ignorance and take us to wisdom and bliss in this life alone. Jai.